All right, hey there, viewers. So we're gonna have to deal with this noise from this rodent blocker thing that makes this high-pitched noise that rodents don't like, just because our city banned rat poison, and yeah, we're not allowed to use rat poison because I guess rodents eat it, they die, and then the owls or the other wildlife eats those rats and then they die, and then so yeah, they banned rat poison, so we can't use rat poison here. So we got an infestation of rodents, especially in our dealership too. We put rodent traps everywhere, but that's not going to do anything. It's just gonna rodents are just going to keep coming. Yeah. So, anyways, so today's video, the company that sent me the scanner up there, or the box, I'm still using it, also sent me a battery tester. So today's video is going to be on this battery tester. I also have other battery testers, such as, something like this. It's like if you remember back in the day, you used like the carbon pile battery tester. Similar thing. The only thing I don't like about this, if it's below a certain voltage, it's not gonna test it. So yeah. So here's the battery tester. I'm gonna take it out of the box, and then we'll take a look at how this thing looks like. It looks pretty sleek. Yeah, I asked for the one with the printer because I wanted the one with the printer. But they didn't have that, so they sent me this one. So you can find this battery tester on a Kingbolen website. Put a link in the description if you want one. But yeah, this model is the BM580, and here's the back of it. Yeah, here's the model. So yeah, let's take it out of the box and I'll show you what it looks like. So we got this little user manual. It comes in this little pouch, or it's plastic. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's pretty lightweight. There's not much weight to it, but it's slim, right? So it comes with a USB cable, I think, to maybe update it. I'm not sure. They also have other models. It was the top model where it's like it's also a little scanner with the battery tester on it. So that was pretty cool, but they didn't send me that one. They sent me this one. But this one is I don't know, not too expensive. So yeah. Let's hook it up to the battery. Oh, this is going to be annoying. The noise. Oh, there you go. That's the startup. Check waveform playback. So we're going to go check for 12 volts. You can do quick test or in vehicle. It's in vehicle. It's battery test, charging test, startup test, load test. So let's do a battery test. Please confirm that the engine is turned off. Okay, yeah, it's turned off. It's okay. Regular flood acid battery. CCA is 465. 465. So state of charge 75%. So that's pretty simple. So this one will test it, but I have the carbon pile style battery tester, which when I hook it up, the voltage is too low, so it won't test it. Let me show you this guy. It's a quick battery test, but it doesn't always work if the battery's too low. Hook that up. Hook that guy up to negative. So it's at 12.3. You push the enter button. It'll load test it. You'll see a little bit of smoke coming out of it, and you can smell it. So it's okay, weak. So yeah, that's all you're gonna get out of this. So battery's still okay. With the other tester, it says 75% state of charge or state of health. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is a lot of these new cars, when you're doing the alternator test, so we're going to do this charging test with this scanner and see if it will do it. I haven't used that yet, but a lot of these new cars, they can it might throw off these charging tests on your portable battery testers. And that's because some of these cars will charge as low as 12.1 volts. It only charges the battery when it requires it, just so it doesn't put a load on the engine, and that also helps with like efficiency and, you know, fuel economy and all that kind of stuff. So don't be tricked because you know, using one of these tools and it says, oh, it's low on charge, and you know, there's something wrong with your charging system, which technically on these all these newer cars, because like the 10th gen Civic, if you read the owner's manual and you're looking under charging system, they actually tell you that the charging system can charge as low as 12.1 volts. You got to check it with loads to see if your charging system is working, because once you put a load on the battery, the alternator will start kicking on and you know, start charging that battery, because there's more required voltage to run your accessories and stuff like that inside the car. So don't be fooled by the low voltage when you're checking charging systems on your newer cars. So yeah, anyways, let's see if this will do it, because I'm not maybe on older cars, some cars you know, that will just constantly charge at like a 14 volts. It'll probably be fine, but these newer cars with, you know, battery sensors and everything that monitors the battery, yeah, it might be a little different. So let's start the car and then we'll check the charging system. So I'm only one person, so I got the gas pedal depressor inside to hold the RPMs. So loaded, we got 12.1 volts, unloaded 13.3. And the result is no output. So that doesn't surprise me, because it'll start charging at 14 volts once you turn on the loads, because I have no loads on right now. So it just says no output. So let's go okay. Here, let me actually grab a multimeter and I'll show you that something like this is only at 12 volts. Hey, it's just to show you on the multimeter. So your battery is only charging 14 or 12.4 volts. So that's normal on these cars, because you know, nowadays everything's all, you know, efficiency, fuel economy, and, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, you're charging at 12.4 volts just to maintain the battery. It only goes up to 14 if it requires you know, more voltage or more when, yeah, there you go. See, it's going something. See, the battery, I guess it dropped to a certain point and now it's charging it. Yeah, see? So when you see 12.4 volts and it's like, you know, not above 12.6, don't think that it's not charging, because that is just normal with these cars nowadays. So yeah, but for that battery tester, using it as a battery tester is probably the only way to use that on the newer cars nowadays. So yeah, other than it being a battery tester, there are other functions on this battery tester, such as this, but you're kind of required to use the clamps. But, you know, once you have the clamps, it just kind of gives you a graph of what the voltage is. So you can graph out the I guess voltages on the two alligator clamps that you're connecting to the battery. All right, so my thoughts on these kind of battery testers. So as a battery tester, it's perfectly fine, you know, just for checking your battery quickly. But with new cars nowadays, you know, with idle stop start and with a whole lot more electronics and everything, what you really need is a battery tester that will test rated capacity, which as a dealership, we have that machine which will discharge the battery and see how much the capacity of that battery is, recharge it back up to see how much it accepts, and then it determines if it needs a battery or not. What something like a battery may pass as a regular impedance test may not tell you the rated capacity if it passes that or not, which you need a big machine that we have, which also takes like over an hour for it to do. So, you know, sometimes we got to park the car and let it do its thing for the next hour, because it drains the battery and then it recharges it back up, and then it determines if the battery is good or not. And yeah, so something like this for a DIYer, sure, is perfectly fine. But new cars nowadays with, you know, idle stop start, all the electronics, infotainment, stuff like that, and your car doesn't really turn off after until, you know, 15-20 minutes later, right? So the battery capacity test is a more ideal test than a simple battery test sometimes. So hope this video will help some of you decide if you want to get one of these battery testers. you know, just simply just for a simple battery test. You know, you go to your AutoZone place and they check your battery, but you know, just because the battery says it's good with one of these testers doesn't necessarily mean it's good for a rated capacity test, because it can give you that initial start, but in the period of time that it's being discharged, it might not be enough. So I hope that explains that. I hope I explained that well enough. But anyways, I thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in one of these, I'll put a link in the description, and then I'll see you next time. Yeah, as I was saying, and you're wondering why I have the battery out of the car, not because I'm trying to cheat the system or anything, but the test takes so long that I had to take the battery out of the customer's car and then do this because that battery has warranty on it. And for Honda to warranty that battery, I gotta get a test code out of this thing. So yeah, a customer wasn't gonna wait around an hour for me to test the battery, so I took the battery out, put a new battery so the customer can go along his way, and then yeah, I'll get the battery test code once this is all done. So that's why I have it on the ground there.